Hello, and welcome to another episode of Locks, Coffee, and Convo, where we invite you to pull up, pour yourself something nice and strong, and chat a while. We are here for a review of Ready to Love Season 2, Episode 8, Meet My Ex. And all I could keep playing in my mind was that there for you, I'll be there for you. The Lauryn Hill Case of the Ex, honey. I'm here for it though. I'm here for it. Our brew of the day, excuse me, our brew of the day is still pecan and praline coffee. It's absolutely delicious. But we do have a new cup. Look at that squad goes. Yay! Oh my God, I love Golden Girls growing up and still do. Me and my mom watched it all the time on our way to church, on our way to at night when ain't nothing else on. Absolutely love the Golden Girls. I feel like I'm a Dorothy in my spirit. I feel like I'm a Dorothy, but I always wanted to have the adventure of a Blanche and the wit of a Sophia and the heart of a Rose. So I really feel like I wanted to be a little bit more like I'm sarcastic, I'm petty, and that's me. Y'all gonna find out. Stick here with me and find out. But that's what we have today. Squad goes. So let's get into it. Let's get into this episode of Ready for Love. So they back at the wine bar. The power is back in the hands of the ladies, and they get to send one man home this week. And he called them the Fab Five. And I said, all right, Fabulous Five, let's see what y'all gonna do. What y'all gonna do? And Tommy said that he promised them at the beginning of this journey that he would always give them something they could use to help make a decision about their choice and Ready for Love. And so he hits them with the onion analogy. You know how you peel back the layers, be crying, but you peel back the layers. And he told them they were gonna get to meet the exes, honey. And Tundi just bust out laughing. And I thought, now my personal opinion is Locks, Coffee, and Convo is what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Like, if I'm pursuing you, I don't necessarily want to meet your ex because I'm gonna always have in my mind, if y'all still cool, you know, y'all get what I'm saying? I don't know, but it could be me. And Tommy told him, he said that some of them are going to keep it real and some of them going to have ulterior motives. And we kind of saw that here in this episode. So they were all down for it. The first one we have is Mario and Tundi. And he invites Tundi to his own home to meet his ex, which is Latasha. Now, this is another thing for me. If I was going to invite my potential to meet my ex, I feel like I would do it in a neutral spot, like a restaurant, a bar, bowling, whatever. I don't know if I want them in my home because that's a familiar place and I don't want my potential thinking that my ex is still having thought. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me. But Mario had him in the house and he was in there cooking, looking cute cooking. Mario is cute. He's a cute guy. He's just really, really cute. So he in there with the spinach, and I think that was cutting up sweet potatoes and chicken, and he had it going on. And Latasha gets there first, which I thought was weird too, because I'm thinking I would want the potential to get there first so I could kind of lay the groundwork for the relationship. But hey, it's good TV. I'm here for it. So Latasha gets there first, and she hits him with the "You think you ready?" And and I could take that two different ways. Are you ready for what I'm finna tell your ex, or are you ready to be in another relationship? And he was like, he felt some underlying. I said, Mario, I feel it too. But I digress. So she gets there. She's a beautiful woman. She's very easy, very laid back. Seems to be the opposite of Tundi. And so I was kind of her appearance as well as her demeanor, and not in a bad way. Both women are beautiful, but Tundi is feisty and, kind of red hot running, and she seemed to be real laid back. So I thought that was interesting. I said, somebody said on Twitter she looked like Reva. I said, well, I could see that. Okay. So maybe he got a type and he trying to go a whole nother direction with Tondi. So Tondi gets right into it. She asks him what happened in their relationship, and we get it. Nail polish gate. Oh my God. She said the straw that broke the camel's back was blue nail polish. Now, hey, for my Zetas out there, I love a good royal blue, okay? What's up, sorors? So for me, what's wrong with somebody wearing a little blue nail polish? I mean, what's going on, Mario? But that gave us insight. Now, I feel like Tondi and Mario's date was the most enlightening. Point blank, period. The others, I really didn't feel like they got anything mind blowing out of meeting the ex, but it really wasn't that she got new information. What she got was confirmation. Okay? Because we saw Mario being a little bit controlling at the pool party. And they seem to work past it pretty well. And in my opinion, Tondi and Mario have the most chemistry thus far on this journey. Just my opinion. They have the most chemistry. So they were able to work past it. But honey, she was like, but girl, I got a strong personality. He's not going to be able to control me. That's what Tondi said. But I also remember her shedding a few tears at that pool party. But I don't think he'd be able to control. And I think what I liked, and I'm going to give Mario credit, is that Mario said he knows he has a problem and he's working on it. And I feel like if you could ever see your issue, acknowledge your issue, and begin to work on your issue, you can get past your issue. Now, if he had come in and been like, I don't know what she's talking about, or what's wrong with that, then we would have been like, no, Tondi girl, get your coat, let's go. But I will say, church, we're going to take this moment to pause and allow Tondi to pick up the red flag. Y'all give a minute. Be patient. Thank you. Because that is definitely a red flag. But I do think that they could work past it. And maybe he just needs a woman like Tondi that's going to say, hey, I'm not feeding into that. The way I wear my hair is my hair. The way I wear my clothes is my clothes. You chill out. It just needs somebody that he's really into. Because the right one to make a change. Okay? Y'all remember that. The right one to make a change. So we get through them. But I felt like their day was enlightening. She said, what you laughing for? He said he was laughing to keep from frying. I said, really, you laughing to keep from crying? Oh, but wait a minute. Don't move too fast, see, Nicole. She asked, as always, about the other woman. Latasha did. Tondi hit us with me and Reva been friends for 5 years. Mario did the 5 years. And this ain't the first time we've been interested in the same man. She was putting the heart emojis under my man's picture, and I had to check her, so she unfollowed. Girl. Now, side note, I don't necessarily feel like they besties, but they probably are acquaintances. And they probably done ran in the same dating circle before, because even though Atlanta is big, it ain't that big. So that got Mario's mind racing. And I had mine racing too. And Reva, we don't see her in a dating setting this episode, which makes me think Reva and Brent are my wild cards. I feel like they wild cards. I feel like they there for a purpose. We'll get to Brent in a minute. So after their day, we go to Darren and Ashima. Darren. This date was missed. Now, Darren's ex was Courtney. And Courtney gave me a little bit insight to Darren. Darren seems to like my homegirl type. Ashima told us that in the beginning that she always gets classified as the homegirl. Courtney gave us homegirl type. Like, he has a type. It seems like somebody that he could just be laid back with friends and don't go nowhere, but we still cool. And I like that. I honestly like that. We ain't got to just fall out because we don't get along, in that matter. So I have no problem. But baby, Courtney gets there first. And Darren tells Jack and Jill they gonna meet a Sheba today. Okay. Now, I've heard some vloggers, I heard people on Twitter saying that Darren was being shady. And he was. But I don't have a problem with it because sometimes we have to call a thing a thing. And if this ain't gonna work, we need to just call a thing a thing. That's what the young say. Eh? Call a thing a thing. So when Ashima first, Courtney gets there first, they have real good laid back conversation. They're in the same field together. He asked her about her dating life. She said she ain't seeing nobody in particular right now. So it's just real cool, calm, real chill conversation. And Shima gets there, rings the doorbell, comes up to the door, and Darren, Jack, and Jill answer the door. She already like this. She get in the house. She asked him, Darren, can you not put the dog somewhere else? Darren says, no, she asked, does the dogs don't have their own room? Now come to find out, Darren's got a nice 5-bedroom home, but he says the rooms are for humans. Not for dogs, but the dogs is in the house. Okay. So he was like, well, I could put them up, but they would just be barking. Darren, the shade of it all. And she literally is sitting there like she's having a reaction to these dogs. Now, I have been a in-the-house dog owner. I had a lobster. Cute thing, Penny. I miss her so much. Passed away a couple of years ago. My dog was a part of our family. She was able to roam freely, but she had a kennel. Now, she was a smaller dog, of course. So when people came over that had that Ashima effect, I would put my dog up, not necessarily for them, but for my dog. I didn't want my dog to be fearful in her own environment because somebody is. So I would always put her in the kennel. It was her own little apartment, I called. I told my daughter, that's her apartment. We're going to take her to our apartment, okay? So I know good and so well that Darren, if Aunt Lurleen come over, his little 85-year-old auntie come over, who he just loved, who used to make him sweet potato pies when he was a baby, and she didn't like the dog, Jack and Jill had a spot. He had a potential investor coming over. He's a businessman. If his son's coach come over, if the PTA Darren, you had somewhere to put them dogs. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Because the reality is that if Ashima is that fearful of dogs, and if Darren is that into his dogs, they're not going to work out. Now, Courtney really didn't bring any sort of mind revelations about their past relationship. But what she did ask Ashima straight out was like, you seem to have a little bit of anxiety about these dogs. How that's going to work out? And the crazy part is it was Darren and one dog, Ashima in the middle, Courtney all comfy and cozy on the sofa, and the other dog. And of course, Courtney is playing with the dog, very comfortable with the dog. So it kind of gave us this sort of picture, if you will. And Ashima just said she really don't know. Because she said he could be cheating all the time because I ain't going to be over here with these big ass dogs. She threw me out when she said he had the nerve to greet me with these big dogs. And I done dated people before with dogs and they respected me enough to put the dog up when I was around. Okay, she caught an attitude because that's what we black girls do. We get an attitude. I love it. But I understand Darren's point. These dogs are a part of my life. They are part of the fabric of who I am. So if you really don't get along with the dogs, I don't know how far this is going to go. So like I said, I know Darren could have put the dogs up. He could have found a place for them. He could have made her feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm assuming this was the first time for her in their home. And again, like I said, this ex-date to me seemed like they would have met somewhere at a bar, restaurant, a neutral location. That's just me. But in my home with the dogs, and she's scared of the dogs. So, but I told y'all last week, that their relationship was surface. It was butterflies and whatever. They don't have a connection. It seems like they have a connection because this is what they are. You know how you meet your first day at school and you meet Sakisha and you, like, y'all both looking for somebody, y'all meet each other so y'all become best friends because y'all ain't meet nobody else. That's Darren and Ashima. It's not that they got such a kinetic energy or they met each other. They was like, we're gonna ride and die this thing out together. But them dogs gonna be a problem, and it ain't gonna work. So the red flags for me there is definitely the fact. Now, she also brought up the fact that him and Courtney may have a business together, may do some business together, and Ashima had an issue with that too. I don't know. You know, if they not really feeling each other anymore, they good friends, I won't stop his bag because they used to date. You know, if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing and he really into me and it's all about me, she ain't gonna matter. I ain't gonna stop his bag. But that's just proof that thing ain't gonna work. So then we have Carrie and Alexis date. And they met out at a restaurant, which I appreciated, neutral territory, but girl, he brought his ex Tina. And Tina is someone he dated in Atlanta. Now, Tina gave us very mature, sophisticated, beautiful. She was very pretty, but we could tell she was an older woman. Probably, if you ask me, slightly older than Carrie. Very good looking, though. Looked like she was well kept, like a good wine, honey. And she looked like she believed in a good time, did she? So they get there, they talk first. Again, the ex is there before her. Alexis comes, she's looking Alexis-ish. She's pretty and everything. Somebody on Twitter said, looked like Alexis was at the Olive Garden with her parents. Didn't it though? This was proof that they didn't have anything. Now, I was so pulling for Carrie last week because I think Carrie is a cute man and he's easygoing, cool. With them laid back cats. Look like if y'all in a relationship, y'all can go to Aruba, y'all can go to the bowling alley, y'all can go have steaks, fish. You're gonna just always have a good time. His attention is on you. You are his number one priority. And honey, what woman don't want that? Okay, no, hey, that's what we're here for. But Tina didn't give any enlightenment on like dating Carrie, but what Tina did, Tina, I like you, girl. What Tina did was say, y'all got a connection? For real? Okay, let's see. Let's see. And that's basically what she did. She asked Carrie what he thought about Alexis, and he said all these wonderful, amazing things. And we flashed to Alexis's confessional. She said that's what she liked about Carrie. Carrie was all about Alexis. And that's what Alexis liked. Then she hit him with the kids question. Now, Alexis gave us this sort of 150 miles worth of drama about the fact that Carrie said open instead of he wanted kids. Well, I was confused because I didn't see anything wrong with his answer either time. When he was out with his ex, to me saying, I'm open to more kids. I got a kid. I'm 51. I got a son that's 24. Lexus, you could dang near date the son. You should ask for his number. But, I mean, I'm just thinking to myself, like, if he said he's open to kids, what's wrong with that? Meaning that, yeah, I'd have more kids. Am I looking to go out and have kids? I got a son. I'm 51. And I got a son that's 24. So, no, I'm not necessarily just going out looking to have more kids, but I'm open to it. It was an amazing experience for me, he said. So, I don't know. I think she got there and saw grandma and him together, and she's like, ugh, I can't even play this card no more. I can't. Alexis, I can't. The jig is up. I can't no more. I can't. Then Tina said, girl, I'm gonna give you some icing for that cake. Y'all got a connection. Kiss. Now, Alexis said she wasn't used to being able to kiss on command, honey. And she didn't know if it was some sort of fetish or what. But baby, he told her, you can just kiss me on the cheek. So she was like, okay, I'll play along, Paw. He hit her with the Alexis was like she was like, I gotta go. I got so much work to do. I gotta go. Girl, I thought she left her purse. She got up. him and Tina like, I was like, y'all playing that, did you? But I said this on Twitter. I think they looked cute together, Tina and Kira. I don't know what happened, but honey, you might want to hit that X with a text, honey, because they looked cute together, honey. They sit there at 8, honey. I was like, she was like, bye, Papa and Mama. Y'all have a good night. It was crazy. Then we had London and Alexis meets us. Asila, I guess. Now this date, honey, they met at a bar. Appreciate that. Neutral territory. Said they had dated a long time ago. And they just, stayed in contact, always stayed friends. That's possible. I definitely know if things end right, it don't mean we got to just turn into enemies because it didn't work out for us. In fact, it could be some of your closest friends because they know you, they know what you like, they cared for you. So definitely have no problem with the ex being a close friend. But she was doing the most. Okay, Alexis, she was doing the most. So they get there and she asked about when her Alexis' last relation. She said it was about 1.5 years ago. Okay, well, that leads to the what happened question. Well, what happened is his mom died and we were already having problems. So she did say that we were already having problems. And when his mom died, it just made it hard for us to reconnect. So then the ex-girlfriend says, also, you still have, but she said, we still talk, we still in connect, he's a good person, we still talk, whatever. So she said, oh, so you have a connection with him and London. So Alexis said, Tramp, that ain't what I said. I said, we still cool. I ain't said we had no connection. So then they started going toe to toe about it. And she was like, well, you're a little feisty. Cold for really? She said she felt like she was being interrogated, but she'll put her boxing gloves on, and she seemed like the type that'll go round for round with you. But London was sitting back like Huggy Bear. I done told y'all. Like, Now he says that the reason he did that is because he didn't want to interrupt two women, and he wanted to see how Alexis handled herself. Well, it looked like Alexis was ready to come across the table and slap her. So I don't know if you got what you need, but I hope you did. But she says that she just still cares for London and she just want to make sure. Then they had to bring Divine up. Why y'all always taking these other folks on dates with y'all? And she told, they both told Alexis she don't have to worry. His thing with Divine is his thing with Divine. His thing with you is his thing with you. Okay. I get it. You just sold me on it. I'll buy that. So Alexis said she gonna have to step her game up though, because she want her some Huggy Bear. So I thought it was hilarious. I thought the ex was a little the one in the mix that I felt like still had little feelings. I don't know. Watch that. Keep your good eye. They say it's been a long time ago, but the others they ain't had that kind of issue. They didn't. So, watch that. Okay. So, we had, and then they tickled me when they was calling out their signs. Well, I'm a Leo. Well, I'm a Taurus. I said, well, shoot, I'm an Aries. What that got to do with the price of tea in China? I don't know. But, we get to Divine and Brent. Sizzle, 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 sizzle. So they go out on a date because Divine told us last week she's going to have to reevaluate her options. She was just, if you can't make some decisions, London, I ain't going to let all this go to waste. So she goes out with Brent. Brent is fine. Everybody gonna tell you the same thing. And Divine was no less. She told us up front, hey, I call him up. We got this thing going on. He's a good looking guy. And so when they got there, they went to the restaurant and she looked nice and he looked fine. He's old gray t-shirt on and pair of sweats and was still so sexy. It's like, ugh, baby, he was just giving it to us. And so they said that this is the first time we get to see Brent real chill. His date with Leisha was similar, but with Divine, he just kind of like, I guess he said, I got my wall up. Well, I got y'all. I'm gonna get down with you. So they just started having this really, and she's flirtatious, and I say she all the time. I say she the cool chick. So, very flirtatious banter between them. She asked him if he had a type, and he said no. He said he like all type. Then she asked him if he had a weight. And he was like, wait a minute now. No, okay. And I was like, yeah, he got to wait. But maybe we could work on that too. I guess he is gorgeous. They got into talking about how long they both had been married. She'd been married for, I think, 6 years. So she married after a month. Divine is the type person, I guess, she was telling London this, if I want you, I want you. It ain't going to take all day. Let's make it do what it do. Okay? So after a month? Wow. He said he had been married for 4 years. Worst years of his life. I know that ex-wife probably looking at this like, dang. That's how you really feel? But he said Divine asked him why he stayed in there. He said for faith. He was just having faith that it would work out. Both his parents had been through 2 divorces and he just didn't want to get into that cycle of that. He also said something about his next girlfriend. Y'all say he going slow, which he is. But he said the next gonna be his wife. So that's why he's taking his time. Because the next person he commit to, he gonna take him on to the house. So okay, I'm with you, Brent. Then she said, you were in the martial arts and you could, that body, that's where they come from. So he said, yeah. She's like, well, can you teach me some moves? And he said, yeah. She said, what type? And he said, close contact. And then the thing just got real hot, honey. Give me a drink. Honey, baby. It got real tough. But they just literally had a really spicy sort of, I could see them. You going by at the bar and you see them together. I could see them together. They're aesthetically, they look good together. Very both tall, toned. They look good together. And they seem to have a good time. He told her her feet was pretty. He rubbed them. She wasn't like all put off, like some people. She was like, okay. She said, that feels good. Told him at the end of the day, she didn't want it to end. Got a little hug. I said, girl, rub on them guns. Rub on them guns. Hey, pow, pow, pow. Rub on them guns. And then, baby, she was like, give me some sugar too. Baby, I was like, okay. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I like them together. I keep saying that Brent is on here for a purpose. He's him and Reva both are wild cards, I think, to stir up some other stuff. But Divine, girl, I'm gonna put a hook on that thing. Cause yeah, he ain't bad at all. Then we also had Tundi and Darren go on a date. Now Darren said, look, this thing with Ashima, let's call a thing a thing. That's what a young Latilla's call a thing a thing. So he said he gonna just try his options somewhere else. So he go out with Tundi. And I thought their date was cute. But it just seemed like brother and sister homegirl cool. She hit him with a cute little color analogy. They talked about kids, both of them in a place where, hey, they ain't got to have no more of that. His son 15, she said that's the perfect age. In about 3 years. Been gone, and her daughter's grown, got her own man. So the real cute date, real cute. He asked her if you think if I told Ashima that I had some romantic interest in you, and she was like, well, we here. She said we all here for the same thing. This is a dating competition, and even though her and Ashima are cool, and then later on Ashima gonna say, well, she broke the girl code. Well, no, she didn't. Ashima, she ain't there to make a girlfriend. She there. For Ready for Love. It says Snow girlfriend code to break. Okay, she said her and Reva know each other 5 years and she gives a damn. But, it's crazy. But they went out, but I don't see it going anywhere. We go back to the wine bar and everybody's telling what happened. Tandy's telling them about nail polish gate. And Tommy was like, like you can women and the other women like we do this for us. Like Mario got some issues like Vogue, but he said he working on them, y'all. He said he working on them. Tommy asked Reva. Reva said she don't know a darn. I ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing going on. She looked around like, why am I still here? Like, oh no. Alexis talked about the kiss. And she said that's what she do. We was like, girl, you always do. But I'm here for it. We talked about Brent. Divine talked about her and Brent's date. And she said how wonderful it was. And then Alexis gonna say, well, we didn't have no kid. Like, what they have to do with you? Which makes me think that Alexis is all about the competition. Oh, you and Divine had it? Brent Divine a good time? Maybe I should have stuck in there with Brent a little bit longer. Is that what you think? And then we got some clips from next week. And I'm thinking, girl, is you that girl? It's just about the competition, just about the hunt. Alexis, I got my good eye on you, girl. My good eye. But so be it. So then we got to Ashima and Darren, and she just said, the dog, she don't know. And they said, well, is it a deal breaker? And I'm thinking to myself, girl, yeah, it is. But she said she didn't know right now. She said the dogs and Courtney could be replaced, but Ashima, they can't. And here's the thing. And even they talk about Tandy and Darren going on a date. And that's when she hit us with the girl code was broke. And we was like, girl, it ain't no girl code, but okay. But Tandy said in her confessional about Darren that if the dogs are a problem, if she don't like dogs, it's not going to work. And I agree with Tandy, but it's not going to work. Okay, and that's the reason he did what he did, because he had to see, am I wasting my time here? You are. But so we get down, and Alexis and Carrie go on a date, and Darren and Ashima go over to her house. And what I liked about Darren, yeah, he was shady. Yeah, he could have been a little bit more accommodating. But what he told her at her house was this. When they got about the dogs, he was like, well, you got a house? I got a vehicle. I don't mind coming over here. It's thousands of spots we can hang out in Atlanta. This ain't really got to be the conversation right now. Now, I know, she says, well, if it's going somewhere, then eventually it will come up. But we ain't been on but 3 dates. And I told y'all that last week. We ain't seen them go out that much. They ain't that connected. But I'm with Darren. The practicality is that I've been here my dog 7 years. I've known you 7 minutes. Let's get to know each other. Maybe we need to figure, if we really, really like each other, then yeah, we can work past it. If we don't, it's still not an issue because we moving on. We just homeboy, homegirl, which I figure is what it is. She also talked about Courtney and Tandy and all that. And he was like, you got some issues. And I don't necessarily think she got issues, but I do think that he just not that into you. He not finna change his life. The compromise would have to be on your part, and you are not going to compromise about the dog. So I think y'all journey then ended. But we don't send Darren home. We send Carrie home. And I like this date with Carrie and Alexis at the end because she said she wanted to be the one to do it. I said, I like that. That's grown woman. That's grown woman. And he was such a gentleman. He was such a gentleman about it. He left like a G. I'm telling you, Carrie inbox is filling up. That ex better go and throw her, Miss Tina, girl, give him a call. Baby, because he gave us class from beginning to the end. And I really feel like Reva should have tried to work that out because I think they would have been good together. Closer to the same age, kind of more ready for that stage of their lives as opposed to where Alexis is. So Alexis says she's stepping up her game. In other words, she gonna get Huggy Bear. Another great episode. I absolutely love this show. If I had to predict who would get to the end, I would probably think Tandy and Mario. I want to see them push forward. maybe Alexis in London. And then I just don't know who the third couple could be. Could it be Brent and Divine? We're gonna see in them cabins next week. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't know. I think it's over for Darren and Ashima. Because somebody would have to make too many compromises. And I mean, when you're looking for a relationship, you want it to be easy, not hard. And I think that'd just be too hard. But like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Pull up, pour yourself a cup of something nice and strong, and let's chat. I'm C. Nicole. The channel is Locks, Coffee, and Convo, and we would love to have you on the journey. Can't wait to see you soon.